All right, hello. We have fixed the problem. The problem has been solved. The case has been closed. We fixed the issue that we were dealing with. How's everybody doing? If you're just now joining us, welcome to the Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. Had a bit of an error with my camera. It resulted in us ending that stream. Now we're starting a new one. The camera appears to be working now. So we should be good to go here for this one. Good to see all of you guys slowly flowing into the stream. Don't worry, we didn't miss anything. We have the national anthem coming up here in just a moment. So we've got about like 5 minutes or less until actual game time now. So do not worry, you did not miss anything as everybody starts to flow in here again. I apologize for that camera error. That is on me. All right, yeah, I got everything set up there. Good to go. Got to put the I cannot show the game due to copyright on the channel as well. Good to see all you guys slowly but surely flowing in here yet again. Just re-like. Thank you, Bon. Yeah, that was annoying. I think it's happened before. But that's like the first time in a while where my camera's had that kind of error. So thankfully, I got it back to work, and you guys can now see my face. We are here live for round two of game one of round two, getting ready to commentate the Philadelphia Flyers and the Carolina Hurricanes. This should be a fun game, and this should be a fun series as well. I'm really looking forward to it. We got Todd here in the chat. What's up, Todd? B Viking here as well. Bond's here. John is here. What's up going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day so far as everyone continues to flow in here. We're getting ready to get started here with round two, game one. Starting goaltenders here tonight between the two sides. You have Dan Vladar on one side for Philadelphia, Freddie Anderson on one side for Carolina. What's up, Davey? How we doing? What's up, Jane? How we doing? I cannot show the game due to copyright. There's a pinned comment here on the stream that says that. I cannot show the game due to copyright, so please do not ask. It's all good, though. All right, the anthems have concluded here in Carolina. We are ready to get started with game one of round two between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Carolina Hurricanes. This should be an electric game. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. We have Dan Vladar on one end for Philadelphia. He had a .937 in the 6-game series against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He is the only goalie with 2 shutouts here in the postseason as well. And on the other side is Frederik Andersen, who has a .955 save percentage, a 1.10 goals against average. That is the best in the NHL. All good, Viking. I figured you were joking with me. Somebody else did ask, though. It is Rick Tocchet versus Rod Brind'Amour. And these two teams definitely took very different paths to get here. Round two, game one between the Flyers and the Hurricanes, and we are underway. Face-off is won back by the Hurricanes. Andre Miller will get it back down low. Played off the boards then. Mark Jankowski will force it to center. Both teams' fourth lines are starting out here tonight. Here on this one, here's Sean Couturier. Banks it off the boards ahead then to center. Glendening tried to play it up top. Getting it to Garnet Hathaway, broken up the Hurricanes of the line. Here's Carrier. Into the zone, he's offsides. Fold in the playoffs, Freddie. He was good against Ottawa, so I don't know, bro. I don't know. Thank you to those who tuned in to our series preview for this series. That video did really well. I appreciate your guys' support on that one and the support on Colorado and Minnesota as well. That video was doing well so far too. So I appreciate your guys' support there on those commentaries. Face-off here won by Carolina. They will dump it into the Philadelphia zone. Battling for it on the right side then is Travis Konechny. Konechny fighting alongside Stahl. Philadelphia will bank this puck to center. Barkey fighting now with Chatfield. Here's Marnook fighting for it then with Konechny on the right side. Philadelphia trying to play that one to center. Canes will force them back into their own zone. Cam York Throws it ahead. York sent Philadelphia to round 2 with the overtime winner in Game 6 on Wednesday. And a whistle blown dead in 19:05 due to a high stick, I believe. Carolina hasn't played since Saturday, or I should say last Saturday, against the Ottawa Senators in Game 4. So it's been a little bit for Carolina. It's interesting to see how some teams react to having that much time of rest. Even in the regular season, it's extremely rare, if not impossible, to have a week off between games. Face-off coming up in the Carolina zone. It's one back then by the Hurricanes. They will dump it off the boards to center. Jarvis battling forward now with Sanheim down low in the corner. Svechnikov fighting forward as well. Sanheim pass in front. Broken up there by Philadelphia. Up top then, shut on. Is blocked. Philadelphia trying to break this one to center. A couple injuries here for both sides. Owen Tippett is not in the lineup here for Philadelphia tonight. On the other side, Alexander Nikishin is still not in for Carolina. It's believed he suffered a concussion due to that hit in Game 4 against the Senators. What's up, John? How we doing? Flyers up in Aris, how we doing? Daniel's here as well. Yeah, guys, like the stream down below. We greatly appreciate it. Replacing Nikishin is Mike Riley, for those who were curious. I believe Hathaway is replacing Tippett. Clear back down low into the corner then. Jankowski battling for on the right side. Michkov trying to play a puck to center. He battles for it then with Jackson Blake up top. Riley, a shot. He scores! Mike Riley already making a difference from up top. And it's 1-0 Carolina. And I think it might have been redirected by Logan Stankovven in front. So Stankovven will get credit for the goal. And Carolina is immediately off and running here in the first 2 minutes. It is a 1-0 lead for the Hurricanes. Logan Stankovven, his 5th straight game with a goal here in this series. And it comes off of a slight redirection there and goes into the back of the Philadelphia net. Assisted by Mike Riley, who's already making a difference here in this Carolina lineup. Jarvis. Back down low then for Aho, trying to throw a pass in front, then battling for on the right side is Cam York. Carrier throws it back to center. Philadelphia allowed the first goal in 3 games of the 6 games in the series against the Penguins. Carolina has scored the first goal in every single game of their 4-game sweep against the Sens. Here's Zegras, trying to play it to center then for Bump, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Slavin will dump it off the boards, trying to get that one to center. Sebastian Aho will take it down the other way with speed. Jarvis into the zone. Shut on there is blocked. Played back then by Porter Martone, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. That is an icing against Philadelphia. Canes are way too good. Yeah, that was the expectation heading into this series. Not surprised that these are the results that we're seeing here so far. See if the Flyers can pot a quick one. Yep. Yeah, it was Logan Stankovven who had that goal. I thought, again, it's hard to tell with the redirections on TV who exactly it was, but I initially saw Mike Riley take the shot. I was like, wow. Here's Bump, who will bank it off the boards back into the Carolina zone. I believe this is his first game of the series for Mike Riley, if I'm correct. And it's also on the first shot for Carolina. Up top then, here's Robinson. Fires it on, saved by Vladar. Carrier will clear it up top then at the point. And another shot on there is blocked. Canes are getting the early pressure. Huge hit there in the corner by Sealer. Glendening will play it ahead then for Couturier, trying to get it to center. On the right side, Hathaway, broken up then by Jankowski. Played back down low then for K-Andre Miller as time winds down here in this opening period. 3 minutes gone. Rasmus Ristolainen will pick it up behind the Philadelphia net. He'll hold that one there, waiting for options. Risto throws a cross-ice pass, then all the way back in on Anderson. He will play this puck back to center. Here come the Canes again in waves. Chatfield shoots it, saved by Vladar. Travis Konechny down low in the corner, banks it up top, then Slavin a shot that one's blocked. Jabbing at that puck, then Sanheim. Right side to Konechny. Played back ahead all the way down into the Carolina zone. That will be another icing against Philadelphia. I believe that's the 4th or 5th icing since we have started game time here tonight. You take a look at these two teams and their matchups in the regular season. All 4 of the games these two teams faced off in went to either overtime or shootout, including Philadelphia clinching their playoff berth against Carolina. Now, Carolina obviously in that game had a lot of their top players being rested, but they didn't make it easy for Philadelphia. And they're certainly not making it easy tonight already. Shots are 3-1 in favor of the Hurricanes. Here's Miller dumping it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Trying to update the shots here. Sanheim over then for Ristolainen. Rasmus Ristolainen will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. And another icing against Philadelphia. Oh, good Lord. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone. It's a tie-up on the right side. Jackson Blake battling for them with Sanheim. Down low in the corner, Stankovven up top then for Riley. Back down low in the corner now, Taylor Hall looking for options. Hall will drop it back then, the Gostisbehere. Shot on there goes Vladar. Konechny picks it back up then for Philadelphia. He will dump it down low into the Hurricane zone. Riley in the Carolina end, gives it back then for Gostisbehere, who will carry it through center. Shane Gostisbehere with speed. Dump back into the Philadelphia end. Gostisbehere now fighting with Drysdale. Cam York gets it back for the Flyers. Banked up to center then. Michkov couldn't get the clear pass. Intercepted then by Gostisbehere, who will dump it down low into the Philadelphia end. Drysdale getting it back then for Philadelphia. Here's Jamie Drysdale through center. And he fires one again into the Carolina zone. This time it will not be an icing. K'Andre Miller gets it back in the Hurricanes' end. Cross ice pass then to Aho. Aho off the boards then. Jarvis a shot. And that one goes up in the air and wide. Jarvis fires one on. Broken up then by Juleson. Played ahead then to center. Trevor Zegras gets it back then for Philadelphia. Cross ice pass to Sealer. Trying to head it to center. Canes are really clogging up the neutral zone. Svechnikov on the right side, then Juleson back over to Porter Martone. Martone will regroup here in the Philadelphia end. Down low now for Juleson. Shots 5-1 in favor of Carolina. They've really controlled everything here. Here's Sean Couturier in the Philadelphia zone. Coots will bank this puck all the way back down into the Carolina zone. Anderson out of his net to play it. Off the boards then, Philadelphia trying to keep that one in. Risto trying to backhand that one down low. Stolen back by Slavin, who will dump it back down the other way. At center ice then, Carolina will clear it down low. Philadelphia spending a lot of time in their own end. Sanheim in the Flyers' end will bank it back to center. Nikishin battling for on the right side. Then Garner Hathaway will backhand it down low into the Carolina zone. Stahl battling for now with Dvorak. Barkey cross ice pass into the Konechny, who will dump it into the Carolina zone. About 6.5 minutes gone here in this first period. Flyers finally getting some neutral zone control, and it ends quickly as it's dumped down the other way. Drysdale cross ice pass then to Konechny. Konechny on the right side, back to Dvorak. Dvorak pass up top. Barkey to center, down low. Konechny! Not enough time. Barkey backhand there is blocked and goes back down low to the corner. Barkey looking for options, being tied up there by two Hurricanes. They force it back down the other way. Ehlers fires one on Vladar. He makes the save. Drysdale off the boards then to center. Michkov plays it ahead then for Dvorak. Dvorak to Barkey, and it's offsides. Just over 7 minutes here into game one. Shots are 6-1 in favor of Carolina. A redirection by Logan Stankovven makes it a 1-0 lead for Carolina. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. We are less than 40 subs away from 6,500. So all your guys' support is greatly appreciated. It was Logan Stankovven from Mike Riley and Jackson Blake, making it a 1-0 lead for Carolina. It is worth noting we will be live tomorrow. Some of you guys asked me today in the comment section, will I be live tomorrow? The answer is yes, we will be. We'll be live for both games tomorrow. Game 7 of Tampa, Montreal, followed by Game 1 of Minnesota, Colorado. Just tuned in and thought the shots were the scoreboard. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, though. Not going to lie. Yeah, so we will be live tomorrow for Game 7. Expect the Anaheim-Vegas series preview to come out tomorrow, too. I put up the notes for that, hoping to get to the video tonight. So expect that coming up here very soon on the channel. But thank you all for your support during round 1 and in our preview of Canes Flyers and Avs Wild. Those two previews did pretty well. Canes Flyers won over 2,000 views. I'll take that. I will definitely take that. Let's go Flyers. Flyers soaring the wins of the Hurricanes. We did just get the official round 2 schedule. You're going to have to give me a little bit to compile that and put up our actual schedule of the commentaries. But the expectation is that we'll be live for basically every single game this week. They didn't find out about playing tonight until yesterday morning. It was like Thursday night. I think there was an expectation of they were going to play. We didn't know. I think they knew when they had an idea of when they would play, and that was if all of the game 6s ended a certain way on Thursday night. Here's Jackson Blake, 1-0, comes in. He scores! Jackson Blake puts it through the right side on Dan Vladar, and Carolina is off to a 2-0 lead. Jackson Blake. And that line for Carolina, oh man, they've been phenomenal. And that is a pretty terrible goal there for Dan Vladar to allow. We'll see the replay here. And yeah, Blake gets around the Flyers, or D comes in there. It bounces. I think it bounced off the back of Vladar. I think he was like below the goal line when he got that rebound shot on. I think it deflected. Oh my God, no, it wasn't. I thought it was down low, actually. Jackson Blake from Taylor Hall, and a multi-point game for Mike Riley. And an icing here against Carolina. Wow. Face off in the Carolina zone, won by Philadelphia. They will clear it down low into the Carolina end. On the right side, Sebastian Aho trying to play this one to center. Flyers looking real slow out here. Here's Cam York, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Chatfield off the boards then for Slavin. On the right side then Svechnikov. Aho battling for it on the right side then with Bump. Here's Glendening, pass to Martone. Broken up then by Carolina. They come right back in. And they're offsides. 11:45 to go here in the opening period. Shots are a whopping 7-1 in favor of the Hurricanes. Going back and forth between this and the Sixers. What's the Sixers score? What is the Sixers score? Yeah, that Jackson Blake, Logan Stankovven, Taylor Hall line has been so damn dominant. It's incredible. Face-off here is won back by Philadelphia. In their own zone, Juleson will dump this one off the boards and back into the Carolina zone for an icing at 11:34. +3, yeah. That's all the Sixers are winning. Not bad. Yeah, Flyers just look really dismantled here. They kind of look a little bit rattled, not going to lie. And I mean, we knew coming in they were outmatched by Carolina for sure. But man, I was not expecting this bad of a period by Philadelphia. Here's Jankowski, who will take the draw against Luke Glendening. Face-off is a tie-up down low in the Philadelphia zone. Carry it up top. Gostisbehere shot. Save there by Vladar. And now we got some physicality here in front. These two teams were not a fan of each other in round one. I mean, who is a fan of each other in the NHL? Let's be honest. Penalty coming up here against the Flyers, I believe. And I think it's just Philadelphia. Go Canes, go. So Carolina power play coming up here now. Puck is dumped all the way back into the Carolina zone immediately off of that power play. It's that top line of Stahl, Aho, Jarvis, Gostisbehere, and Svechnikov. Here's Ehlers through center. Cross-ice pass broken up then by Philadelphia. They'll get it back to center. Gostisbehere in the Carolina zone. Shane Gostisbehere off the boards then for Aho. Aho to Jarvis. Back over then for Svechnikov. Puck is cleared all the way back up top. Aho on the right side. Down low then Svechnikov. Played up top then for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Svechnikov. Gostisbehere fires it. And that one goes wide there of Vladar. Here's Svech. Up top. Back down low then for Gostisbehere. Right side, Ehlers. Down low in the corner now, Jarvis. Nearly halfway through the Carolina power play. Ehlers. Up top to Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere now looking for options. Ehlers to Aho, a shot. That one's blocked. Jabbing out that puck in front. Svechnikov fighting with Couturier. Played back down into the corner. Sanheim. Cleared off the boards by Cam York. Now battling for it on the right side is Glendening alongside Svechnikov. Philadelphia will take this one back and clear it to center. Ehlers moves it into the zone as the Canes get onside. Nikolai Ehlers then up top for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere for Ehlers. Halfway through the period, Gostisbehere a shot. That one goes wide there of Vladar. Svechnikov on the right side, Ehlers up top then Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. Aho, saucer pass goes up and out of play. At 9:45, clock's a little bit behind. Got 140 people in here. That's a pretty good crowd. I will take it. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 34 subscribers away from 6,500. I greatly appreciate it. We will be live tomorrow for Game 7 between Habs and Lightning and Game 1 of Avalanche and Wild. That is coming up tomorrow. Face-off in the Philadelphia zone is won by the Flyers. Juleson off the boards. Then for Dvorak. Played ahead then to center. Couturier with speed shorthanded. Will decide to come back and regroup in the Flyers zone. It's banked off the boards and back into the Carolina end. Anderson will give it up then for K'Andre Miller. Power play will come to a close. Here's Miller. Off the boards then for Taylor Hall. Hall passes Stankovven in front. That one goes wide. Barkey. Clear back up top to center. Here's Miller. Back over then for Stankovven, who will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Vladar. Back to Drysdale, who will bank it off the boards to center. Philadelphia will move it now through center. Travis Konechny is offsides. 8:58 remaining here in this opening period. We will step aside yet again. It is a 2-0 lead for Carolina. Jackson Blake with some pretty nifty dangles there on Vladar. It's 2-0. Well, I think it's safe to say this game is going the way we expected it would. I think a lot of us knew from the get-go that no matter who was playing Carolina in the second round, they were very outmatched, whether it was Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. So, not too surprised by the start that we're having here. Carolina's a hell of a team. Carolina's a hell of a team, that's for sure. Stankovven and Blake, like, again, I said it in the preview, that line is lethal. Like, you would think, like, the fact that Jarvis and Aho and that line, they haven't really been big contributors in this series. I swear, like, 90% of the goals that Carolina's had have been from that Blake, Stankovven, and Hall line. And that has been incredible here in this series. It's been really, or not just in the series, in these playoffs. It's been really entertaining to watch. All right. Score would have been 14-0 if Pittsburgh were playing them. If Stuart Skinner was in net, definitely. If Stuart Skinner was in net, definitely. Shots are 8-1 here in favor of Carolina. The Canes are doing a really good job at clogging up the neutral zone, and they are picking up a lot of the turnovers that Philadelphia is creating. Been a lot of offsides and icings in this one, though, so far. Face-off outside of the Carolina zone is cleared back into the Carolina end. Bump. Battling for it on the right side. Canes flip it around then to Sebastian Aho, who will dump it all the way back to center. Here's Ristolainen, right side then for Travis Sanheim. Sanheim off the boards then for Zegras. Here comes Porter Martone. Martone over then for Bump. Thrown back to center. Trevor Zegras. Back down low then for Sanheim. Risto. Cross ice pass to Porter Martone. Martone looking for options. He'll break into the zone. Poke checked away by the Canes defense. Svechnikov comes back and regroups in the Carolina zone. Svech to Aho. Back down low then Svechnikov. Banks it off the boards. It's taken back then by Christian Dvorak. Intercepted in front. Flyers recontrol. Here's Bump. Gaining the line. He will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Anderson. Battling for it down low with JT Miller. With Keandre Miller. Connecting, tried to get a shot on there. That one was broken up. Cleared all the way back to center. Sealer. Down low in the corner. Battling for it alongside Marnook. Mitchkov. Fighting for it there as well. It's like a 5-man battle down low in the corner. Barkey. To Dvorak. Back over then for Konechny. Konechny then for Juleson. Delayed penalty here against Carolina. Thrown back to center. Canes will touch. And we get a whistle at 7:32. Philadelphia power play coming up. First time in this series, Philadelphia will head to the power play. It's going to be on Nikolai Ehlers. He doesn't really like the call. Doesn't matter if he likes it or not. Oh, no, it's Marnook. Never mind. Thought it was Ehlers. My apologies. It's Jordan Marnook. Philadelphia's power play has not been strong. They have definitely not been strong here on their power play. Especially in that series against Pittsburgh. I believe they only had 2 power play goals the entire series. Face-off coming up here now in the Carolina zone. If I were professional, I would have pulled up the power play percentage before I started streaming. But, you know, you guys know me. I'm not professional at all. Ref, you suck chant here in Carolina. They don't agree with the call. Wasn't really paying attention, I'm not going to lie. Face-off is won back then by Philadelphia. I didn't get to see the replay. I wasn't really paying attention. Here's Zegras. Shoots it on net when that one goes wide. Forster. Down low now in the corner. Tyson Forster. Below the line for Philadelphia. Forster up top, Martone. To Forster. At the point, Porter Martone. Martone shoots it. That one deflects up in the air. And out of play. Philadelphia's power play, not the worst in these playoffs, but it's definitely not the best either. 12 of the 16 teams, a 11% success rate. Carolina's PK was awesome against Ottawa, a 95% power play success rate. There were so many penalties in that series against the Senators. I swear, Ottawa had like 3 5-on-3s in game 4, and they could not score on any of them. So, Carolina's PK, nothing to scoff at. I believe it was in the upper echelon in the regular season, if I remember correctly. Referee sorting out a time error here, so we got a second. Thank you all for tuning in. Ottawa was terrible. They definitely play better than what the Flyers are right now. That's for sure. They played better than what the Flyers are looking like right now. So again, I'll say this a couple of times. We're going to be live tomorrow for Game 7 of Montreal-Tampa, as well as Game 1 of Minnesota-Colorado. Keep an eye out for tomorrow. We are going to post our we're going to post our series preview of Anaheim-Vegas. Face-off won by Philadelphia. Up top, then Trevor Zegras. Down low, then for Noah Cates. Cates battling forward alongside Slavin. On the right side, clear back down to the corner. Noah Cates, below the line. Battling forward alongside Slavin. Cates to Porter Martone. Martone, right side then. Carolina trying to bank that one off the boards. Up top, Drysdale to Forster. Forster to Cates. Shot on there is blocked. Rebound there for Slavin. Back down low into the corner. Chatfield will take it and clear it up to center. Drysdale could not keep that one in. Jamie Drysdale. Cross-ice pass then to Zegras. Down low, Sean Walker will bank it off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone. Not sure what the hell Drysdale's doing there. Forced turnover here by Sebastian Aho down low. Flyers still in the power play for 50 seconds. Jarvis a shot saved by Vladar. Miller taken back then by Travis Konechny. Konechny here in the Philadelphia zone, back to Barkey. Risto moves it through center. I'll answer your question in a second, Goat. Risto will dump it down low here into the Carolina zone. On the right side, Barkey cannot keep this one in. Ristolainen chipped off the boards and back into the Carolina zone. Icing against the Flyers on the power play. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Don't think Drysdale knows what he's doing either. Who am I taking? Montreal or Tampa? I did see the highlights, Douglas. It was a great game. I listened to the York call on radio. It's like a coin toss. Like, it could go either way, Goat. I hope it gets to overtime. I'm going to go with Montreal. I'm not going to lie. I think the Habs can get it done. Travis Konechny will dump it down low here into the Montreal zone, into the Carolina zone. Thank you. You got me saying Montreal. Carolina will dump this one back into the Philadelphia zone. That will do it for the Flyers power play. Here's Ristolainen. Rasmus Ristolainen will drop it back then for Sanheim, who will dump it down low. Rebound in front. What a chance there for Couturier. Saved by Anderson. He will cover up. And some pushing and shoving here in front. Philadelphia finally has their second shot of the game. Montreal will take them. I would like to see Montreal move on. Montreal, Buffalo would be a great series. But I wouldn't mind seeing Tampa either, honestly. We will step aside. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are now 31 subs away from 6,500. And this is a heavily lopsided game here so far. And I mean, we knew this would be the... I'm going to say this a lot. We knew this was going to be around this result. We knew what the better team was way prior to even this series beginning. Regardless of whether it was Pittsburgh or Carolina. No problem, Jane. Thank you. All right. Didn't really like any of my calls on the goals that Carolina had, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Pittsburgh or Philly. Either one. Or Tampa Bay Buffalo would be great too. That'd be awesome as well. I would love to see that also. We do have the schedule now for the games. So, there's only one game on Tuesday. What the hell? What the hell? See you tomorrow. I was going to bed soon. See you, Bond. Have a good night. Buffalo would win either way. I agree. I think Tampa could beat them. And much. I think it'd be a close series. Here's Goss's Bear. Battling forward on the right side, then Cam York. The Flyers have no goals in the first period, not just in this game, but the entire series. But the entire playoffs. They had no goals in the first period of any of the games against Pittsburgh. And it looks like that trend may continue. Flyers trying to force this one to center. Michkov battling forward then with Riley. Down low, Stankovven, whistle blown, dead. Penalty coming up against the Canes. And now we got some friendly altercation going on right now between Riley and Cates. And we're going to get another Philadelphia power play here. It is on Mike Riley, who has a point on each of the goals. I think it's really impressive what Mike Riley has done stepping into this position. Tampa choked so bad in the playoffs. That's true. That is definitely true. Not going to argue with you there. 47 likes. Hello from Russia. Carolina go. What's up, man? Welcome from Russia. Flyers power play again here. Hopefully it's better than the last. Zegras down low. Cates turnover in front. Broken up then by Chatfield. Carolina will steal this puck and dump it all the way back down into the Philadelphia zone. Shots are 11-2 in favor of the Canes. Drysdale for Zegras, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Frederick Anderson will dump it off the boards up top, then to Drysdale. Drysdale to Zegras. Cates battling forward now on the right side. Trying to get this one free. Zegras up top, then Drysdale. Cross ice pass to Forster. Forster to Zegras. Zegras kind of getting tied up there. Here's Martone now looking for options. Porter Martone being held to the outside. Great kill by Carolina. Here's Drysdale, a shot. And that one goes wide, I believe. Martone battling forward on the right side. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Philadelphia zone. I don't know, Jake. I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot of cheering tonight. Here's Risto for Barkey. Barkey ahead then to Michkov. Cross ice pass broken up then by Carolina. They will bank it off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone. 45 seconds to go here on the Philadelphia power play. Ristolainen will gain the line. He'll dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Barkey on the right side. Aho will clear it back to center. 30 seconds left in the Philadelphia power play. 3:20 to go in the period. Barkey to Risto, who gains the line, will dump it down low into the corner. It's offsides. So that does not matter. Hockey should be year-round. What's up, Scherzen? Face off here outside of the Carolina zone. It's a series. You'll have some moments of excitement for sure. Yeah, let's hope so. Here's Trevor Zegras versus Robinson. Face off won by Philadelphia. Konechny will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. And it's blown dead for an offsides, I think. Icing? There's no way that's icing. Face-off outside of the Carolina zone. Alex Bump gets it back for the Canes. Travis Sanheim will bank it off the boards then. Konechny trying to clear it down low for Walker. Walker battling for it in the corner then with Konechny. Konechny pass in front. Ziegler is fanned on the shot. Canes will take advantage. They move it through center. Power play will come to a close. Risto battling for it down low then with Robinson. Here's Risto. Cross-ice pass then for Bump, who will dump it off the boards and back into the Carolina end. The Hurricanes have killed off 22 of 23 power plays. Taylor Hall forced all the way back into the Philadelphia end. Frederick Anderson will give it back then down low for Miller. Here's Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere clicked off the boards then for Taylor Hall. Nick Seeler off the boards then for York. Trying to play that one to center then. Glendening battling for it there on the right side with Blake. Coming down to 2 minutes to go here in this opening period. Here's Blake into the zone. Pass up top then for Gostisbehere. Shane Gostisbehere at the point. Trying to get around Couture. He falls down to the ground. Philadelphia the other way. It's Hathaway. 2-on-1. Hathaway with Glendening. Fires it. Save rebounds there. He fanned on the puck. Puck will get banked off the boards and back to center. Blake ahead then for Ehlers. Cates battling for it now down low in the corner. Ehlers will bring it up top. Cross-ice pass to Slavin. Down low, Blake in front. Broken up then by Philadelphia, who will dump it back into the Carolina zone. Cleared back into the Carolina end with 1:24 to go. That's an icing. So I kind of forgot about this. I haven't really been thinking about it that much, but we will be live on Tuesday. Not only for the games on Tuesday, but the draft lottery is on Tuesday. The NHL draft lottery, and it should be a very interesting lottery, too. There's a lot of interesting factors being played into this lottery. So it's at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We will be live for it, so you guys do not want to miss that. Approaching the final minute of play here in the opening period. A dominant first period for Carolina. The shots say so. Dvorak backhands it into the zone. Anderson will poke check it away. On the right side then, Denver Barkey. Barkey battling for it alongside Stahl. Now we're officially in the final minute of play. Konechny fighting on the right side then Barkey. It's a 5-man battle for it here down low in the corner. Trying to get that one free on the right side. Slavin chipped off the board. Svechnikov will move this one through center up top then Marnook. Jordan Marnook passes blocked in by Juleson. Down low in the corner now. Carolina gets it back. Svechnikov backhand on. Save by Vladar. With 34 seconds to go. Phone is going to die. Really bad, all my cords down here are all tangled up. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone, won by the Flyers. Ristolainen will dump it all the way back to center. Couturier chips it in there on Anderson. He will glove this puck up and make the save with 23 seconds to go. I think Philadelphia is playing a little bit better as this period goes along, but still, like, Carolina heavily outmatching them here. And I mean, like, that's the definite. 5 p.m. sounds great. That will be an extremely interesting draft this year. Obviously, Vancouver does not deserve it. Rooting for Calgary to get number 1. Why is this not? Face-off in the Carolina zone, won by Philadelphia. Risto on the right side, moves it to center. Shot on there, goes wide. 10 seconds left. Risto fighting with Zegras. Carolina and through center now, 5 to go. Bump, breaks it back in, one last chance, and he ran out of time. That will do it for period number 1. My clock was a little bit delayed, so apologies for that. It was definitely not up to par, and we got some friendly pushing and shoving here, but that was a dominant period for Carolina. They're picking up right where they left off. It is a 2-0 lead for the Hurricanes here after 20 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second. And while you're at it, subscribe down below if you're new. We're 28 subscribers away from 6,500. We got nearly 200 people here in this commentary. Good to see you all here. I felt like Philadelphia, well, first off, give the flowers to Carolina. Carolina definitely controlled that period the entire way through. The first goal there, redirection in front, and then the Blake goal was just beautiful. It really was. And they really controlled play. They dominated Philadelphia on the power play. They controlled them pretty well in that sequence there, too. This could be over quick. This really could be over pretty quickly. I will say this. I did think, that Philadelphia played better as the period went along, ever so slightly. But a couple power plays definitely help out with that a little bit. You gotta, if you're Philadelphia, you gotta get the shots. You gotta get the shots from wherever. It doesn't matter where they are. You gotta get shots on. Hey, Jane! Jane with the $2 dono. Thank you so much, Jane. I appreciate it. Thank you. Your guys' donations mean the world to me. Made over $600 in donations alone last month. You guys are awesome. And don't worry, that will come back into the channel. Eric retired like 3 years ago. Remember when Eric Stahl was the captain of the Hurricanes and his younger brother Jordan was just a rookie at the time? Now Jordan's the captain. Yep. Eric retired, I think it was like 5 years ago. It's been a long time. It's certainly been a long time for sure. So yeah, again, I said it earlier in the stream a couple of times. We're going to be live tomorrow for Game 7 of Lightning and Canadiens, followed by Game 1 of Minnesota, Colorado. So again, that will be what the plan is tomorrow. It does suck slightly that obviously we're not going to be able to, or it is like that we're not going to have more than one Game 7, but at least the series did go to Game 7. It was a shot away from not, so you know what? I'll take it, and I'm looking forward to it tomorrow for sure. Stankovven is the youngest player to begin a postseason with a 5-game goal streak in Stanley Cup playoff history. 23 years old. He's been awesome. All right. Got some time here. Ask any questions you guys have in the comment section down below. I'm going to update the all-time stat sheet and start making the schedule for the second round. So I will let you guys know. The refs will help Tampa tomorrow. Minnesota versus Colorado series is going to be the series to watch. Yup, we'll be live for that on Tuesday, I believe. Or tomorrow and Tuesday. Let me update the all-time stat sheet first. So Logan Stankovven, his 7th goal in a live commentary stream. He has a goal in 5 of the 5 Carolina playoff games this year. Wild or Avs? I picked the Wild. I actually said the Wild. I think they can get it done. I really do think they can get it done.
Learn more and view safety info at inspiresleep.com. This is the start of a whole new chapter for me. No more sad sack, full-on fun sack. Need to up your daily dose of comedy? We have got this. Stream all episodes on Hulu. Every chip is covered in cheese. Never accident.
Where did I get my Nordiques hat? I don't know. I've had that for a long time. You can probably buy them somewhere on the NHL store or just look it up on eBay. But I've had that hat for a while. I wear it in a lot of videos typically. Whenever it's at my other house, it's at my girlfriend's house, and when I'm making videos at my girlfriend's house, I usually just I have that hat there that I use for every video. So someone tell me where they're holding the draft. Ooh, sorry, Douglas. I saw your comment. I forgot to answer it. It's in Buffalo. Draft is in Buffalo. Did I mention how the Reading Royals ended up, or they still ended out? So they are playing today, but I could not make the game. I had something before that prevented me from, and by the time I was done with that, it was going to be like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, the game starts at 7, so I told them I would miss tonight. They're currently playing right now. They won last night in overtime to force a game 5, so they were not swept. They're playing game 5 right now. They're tied 0-0 in that game. Zegers needs to get a lacrosse goal. But yeah, even if they do win tonight, it's unlikely they're going to make it to round 2. They're down 3-0 in the series. Yeah, the Royals are at home. The Royals are currently at home. That's why I'd be missing it. I don't go to their road games. No, they're currently home right now, but this is their last home game of the first round. That's not correct, Levy. Steve Levy, that is not correct. Live a mile away from the stadium. Nice. Stankovven has more goals than Rantanen. That's not too hard though, because Rantanen not even in the playoffs anymore. But yeah, he only had like 2, right? I guess Carolina's pretty happy with that trade right now. If I do say so myself, I would argue they are. Carolina will sweep. Sure is looking like that unless Philadelphia wakes up here or simply just plays better. They were given a couple of power plays. They need to take advantage of that. Multi-point games for Jackson Blake and Mike Riley through those 20 minutes of play, so keep that in mind. How do I create the screen overlays? I had a buddy make them for me a couple years ago. I had a buddy make them for me a couple years ago. I simply just edit them, honestly. He gave me like a PSD or like a template that I use. I didn't really make this myself. I just edited it. I just edit it, honestly. Can this be a sweep? Yeah, it definitely can be. I think the plan is we'll be live for basically every game, though. What do you guys think about Connor McDavid? Connor McDavid no longer in the playoffs. What do we think about that? I was a little bit surprised. I'm not gonna lie that they're out that they were out this early. I was a little surprised that they were out of this early. Nature's for Miko. We end up with Stanky, Taylor Hall, and draft capital to get Keandre, plus more picks we still have. Yeah, and you can use those picks too to go on and get other guys. Did you guys trade the one for this year? Is that with that's with the Rangers, right? Because you traded that one for Miller. Yeah, I would say Carolina did a pretty good job in that trade. Sweden won the U18 Worlds. Nice. Yeah, I knew that was going on. I didn't really. It's going on at like the worst time. Like I can't cover it right now. Top 10 protected. Yeah, you guys gave that one up. So you do still have another first round pick. It's in 2028 for Dallas, but you have draft capital to give up for guys. How about Jesperi Kotkaniemi? I wouldn't be shocked if they buy them out in the offseason. Canes fans can enlighten me on that. I wouldn't be shocked if they bought him out in the offseason, to be honest. It was predictable Edmonton is worse in the last 2 seasons by a lot. Goaltending and depth. Management needs to be overhauled in Edmonton or McDavid walks. I agree. I think a lot of things need to change. Yeah, they got the 3rd round pick as well. A lot of things need to change in Edmonton. They really lacked consistency this year. I mean, McDavid said it well. They were an average team with average expectations. Like they were very average this year. Yeah, I wonder with Kotkaniemi because it felt like he was more of a I don't know, a liability to some. Jesper's still good but sneaky. I think he's just overpaid. You guys gave him too much money on that contract. I think if he was at a lesser salary, he would be much more tolerable. But the fact that he's making what, $6 million, somewhere around there, it's just But I mean, like Carolina, they still have cap space through all of that. They still have cap space despite that deal. That's the only move under. That's really the only move that I was like, that has really turned out bad for them. The rest of the moves have kind of really bounced back in their favor. Even the Rantanen trade, like that really helped him out. I mean, Stankovven's been phenomenal. Talk about a playoff performer, am I right? Just don't pull the Canucks on the Oilers and they implode the team. It'd be interesting if McDavid ends up in Tampa. Huh. I don't know if you can make that work with the cap. They got tacos. Yeah, Kotkaniemi hasn't played at all in this series, not in the series, at all in the playoffs, if I'm correct, as well. I mean, like, again, like, it's fine because they're winning, but the fact that you have that amount of money sitting in the press box is not great. But it is what it is. How many years is on that contract? 3 more years after this year? That's the only negative spot that I see. Everybody talks about Carolina needing another center. I don't know, though, because I think their centers have been solid this year. McDavid for Matthews.
I did a couple days ago and agree with Leon that the organization as a whole is taking a step back, and that starts with me, starts with Leon. We all can be better, and we all need to be better. Yes, there's a lot of the bone base to get into there, but for me, most importantly, is that they're thinking about that now. They were thinking about that during the regular season. The results have shown it. You can't play and try to win a Stanley Cup if your heart's not completely in it. They were frustrated from the beginning of the season.
Trocheck. I think they tried to get him in the trade deadline, no? Got a little bit of time here until the start of the second period. Maybe a little bit more time than this. It's been a long 58 years. It's been a long 51 years for Philadelphia. McDavid for Matthews, never happening. Yeah, it's never happening. Edmonton is going to be screwed for years if he leaves. The Oilers would never be the same again. I agree. Do I have an asking price from Drury? That too. Yeah, I mean, they were asking for the moon for him. I forget though. I forget what the price was, but I know it was substantial. Probably one of Bradley Nadeau, who I'm a big fan of too. Nadeau's a fun player. We made a video on him February, I think, talking about Bradley Nadeau. All right, second period coming up in 3 minutes. Second period coming up in 3 minutes. Yeah, and he scored in all 5 of the games as well. Nordic, how long have I been on the stream? About an hour. Big McDavid stays with Oilers and hopes to be Wayne Gretzky 2.0 and bring home the cup. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It did take Gretzky a couple of years, but not this long. Edmonton really just needs an overhaul. Flyers coming up with 3 this period. We'll see. Minnesota, Carolina in the finals. That'd be fun. How long have I been doing this? 6.5 years, almost. But this year's really taken a lift off for sure. All right, still a little bit more time than what this clock says, so keep that in mind. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Carolina Hurricanes. First period recap, goals were scored by Logan Stankovven and Jackson Blake, making it a 2-0 lead for Carolina after 20 minutes of play. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, GOAT, you know it. Taking a look at your stats through 20 here in this game so far. Shots are 12-4 in favor of Carolina. Faceoffs are 50% in favor of the Hurricanes as well. Power plays, Philadelphia 0 for 2, Carolina 0 for 1. Hits are 20-12 in favor of the Flyers, and block shots are 4-3 in favor of Philadelphia as well. Period number 2 is underway. Face-off won by Philadelphia. They'll dump it down low to the Carolina zone. Flyers finally getting some offensive zone pressure. I am expecting a better period here from Philadelphia. Here's Sealer. Shot on there is blocked. Grab back then on the right side. Carolina will dump it ahead to center. A shattering stick there for Ehlers. Philadelphia picks it up. They'll break it out now through center. Barkey on the right side then for Chatfield. Carolina moves it ahead through center now. Ehlers to center. Fires it on. That one goes wide there of Vladar. Sealer fighting for it now in the corner. Nikolai Ehlers now down low behind the net trying to move this puck. Cam York looking to poke check that one away as well. Chatfield fires it, deflected in front. They jab at that puck, and it goes wide. Robinson pass over is broken up as well. Chatfield for Ehlers. Pass over, broken up by Dan Vladar. He'll cover. And that guy will have to be the difference maker. Face off here now in the Philadelphia zone. Shots are 12-4. Here's Ristolainen. Behind the net then for Philadelphia. Risto will cross ice pass to Sanheim. Chipped off the boards and all the way back into the Carolina zone. Riley battling for on the right side then with Michkov. Flyers will backhand this one down low into the Carolina zone. Anderson dumps it off the boards then. Grabbed back by Cates on the right side. Taylor Hall steals it back. Jackson Blake cross ice pass to Stankovven, who regroups now. Forster. Tyson Forster, backhand pass broken up by the Canes. They will move it now through center. Blake, one-on-one. Jackson Blake fires it. That one's blocked. Grabbed back then by Michkov, who will backhand this one down into the Carolina zone. Shane Gostisbehere in the Hurricanes end will dump it off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone. Ristolainen. Back for Jarvis. Ahead then now through center. Cleared off the boards then for Porter Martone. Will chip it down low into the Carolina end. Flyers turnover in front. Martone comes in. 1-0. He gets broken up. And that's a penalty. As slammed down low into the corner was Porter Martone. And Svechnikov just leveled bump. And it's a tripping penalty here. It's on Carolina. Flyers power play coming up. Martone had a chance 1-0. If he wasn't interfered with, he may have been able to pot that one on Anderson. And we will now see a Philadelphia power play coming up. Sorry, I forgot to start my clock on the previous sequence. Yeah, guys, like the stream down below. We're at 68 likes here on the live commentary. It would be greatly appreciated. Shots 13-4 here in Carolina in favor of Carolina. It is on Frederik Andersen, who actually took the penalty. Interesting. All right, power play here for Philadelphia. I mean, yeah, Anderson did get him there. Like, there's no argument of that. Flyers 0 for 2 tonight. Regular season, last place in the NHL. Their power play has been notoriously bad. Face-off won by Philadelphia. Here's Drysdale. Back to Trevor Zegras. Zegras down low then for Noah Cates. Cates to Zegras. Cleared back down low then behind the net to Forster on the right side. Drysdale battling for now with Stahl. Forster's there jabbing at that puck as well. Trying to get that one free on the right side. Carolina will bank this one off the boards and get it back into the Philadelphia zone. Dan Vladar out of his own net. Here's Zegras. Trevor Zegras now through center. Back over then for Cates. Battling forward on the right side then with Aho. Tries to dump it off the boards. Cates battling forward then with Aho. Here's Forster. On the right side, back to Cates. It's tied up there at the line. Carolina steals it back and dumps it down the other way. Vladar will give it back then for Drysdale. Off the boards, Konechny then for Zegras. Halfway through the Flyers power play. Konechny for Dvorak. Dvorak fighting with Jarvis. Dvorak into the zone. Up top then Barkey. Down low then Konechny. Cross ice pass. Broken up. What a defensive play there. Here's Dvorak. Thrown up top then for Ristolainen. Rasmus Ristolainen. Cross ice pass to Barkey. Barkey to Konechny. Dvorak looks. Pass over. And Zegras was right there but could not convert. And Aho will take it back to center. Here's Jarvis. Down the right side, shorthanded, broken up there by Barkey. He still has the puck. Pass ahead then for Jankowski, shorthanded, saved by Vladar. Had a brain fart there. Barkey gives it up then for Ristolainen. Rasmus Ristolainen will drop it back then for Konechny. Barkey to Dvorak, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Konechny pass up top is broken up at the point then. Risto to Barkey, pass in front of Dvorak. Trying to get Michkov on the right side, then Konechny. Back up top, Barkey to Dvorak. Dvorak to Barkey, pass down low, broken up. Michkov will get it back then for Philadelphia. Power play comes to a close. Michkov for Dvorak. Michkov up top then for Risto. Down low then, Michkov. Michkov, cross-ice pass broken up by the Canes, and they will take it to center. Philadelphia will steal that one right back. Risto, cross-ice pass broken up by the Canes. Here they come the other way. It's Svechnikov. Cross-ice pass. Stankovven a drive. Denied there by Vladar. Blake off the boards then on the right side. Taking it through center is Svechnikov. Cross-ice pass. Off the boards then is Riley. Right side, Blake. Blake down low then for Stankovven. A shot. And that one goes wide there of Dan Vladar. Flyers will try and dump it back to center. Here's Hathaway. Battling for it on the right side then with York for Couturier. Sean Couturier cleared back down low to the corner. Carolina will get it back. Canes will move it here now through center. They will dump it down low into the Philadelphia end. York on the right side. Konechny battling for it then with Taylor Hall. 4.5 minutes gone here in this second period. Gostisbehere brings it back now into the Carolina zone. Gostisbehere moves it through center. He'll dump it into the Philadelphia end. Sealer battling for it on the right side then with Jordan Stahl. Now Zegras trying to bank it off the boards to center. Carolina will get it back then. Here they come now down the other way. Walker waits, pass over, broken up there by Sanheim, who battles for it then with Stahl. Svechnikov back over then for Alex Bump. Bump will move it ahead now through center. He will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. K'Andre Miller, cross-ice pass, then to Aho. Svechnikov for Walker. Up top, Aho. Wait, shoots it. That one's blocked. Svechnikov on the right side then for Ristolainen. Rasmus Ristolainen now moves it through center for Philadelphia. He'll come back and regroup in the Flyers' end. Bump. Cross-ice pass broken up there. Flyers trying to get that one back. Glendening on the right side then for Miller. Canes will dump it ahead through center. And an icing here against the Hurricanes with 13:22 to go. I think the Flyers, and yeah, they did have a power play. I think they're playing a little bit better in this period, but they got to shoot the damn puck. Like, I mean, they've had a couple of chances here, but Carolina's either getting to the right spot at the right time or they're holding them to the outside. When they get that lane, they have to shoot the thing. I don't care if it's from an unideal angle. Face off in the Carolina zone, won by Philadelphia. Puck is cleared off the boards. Drysdale will dump it down low to the corner. Dvorak gets it back. Up top, Drysdale a shot. And that one goes up in the air back down low to the corner. Barkey on the right side then for Aho, who will backhand it all the way into the Flyers' end. Dvorak for York off the boards, then stolen back by Aho. Trying to move that one now through center. Konechny will chip it back into the Carolina zone. Aho dumps it around behind the net, then cleared all the way back into the Philadelphia zone. And Vladar will poke check it wide. Cam York moves it through center. Cross-ice pass, then the Martone. Out of the boards, then is Anderson. Cates on the right side then for Stankovven. Konechny for Sealer. Sealer will dump it down low. Then Anderson will pick up the puck as it bounces into his crease and will get a stoppage. And I believe with that, we will likely step aside. 12:32 to go here in period number 2. Canes lead the Flyers 2-0. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 26 subs away from 6,500. Also like the stream as well. We have 74 likes. We got a good crowd here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I agree, Jake. I totally agree. We will be live tomorrow for Game 7 of Montreal-Tampa Bay, followed by Game 1 of Colorado and Minnesota. I know, Jack. I know. I don't know.
The moment he stepped in, life changed. To now have all the power and space needed to live a life I might never.
Close to 200. Yeah, we got 204 people in here. Good to see a nice little crowd here yet again. How's everyone doing? How you guys doing on this fine night? Got a good 200 people here. Welcome to the stream. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, I know this is game one of the series. Check out our series preview for this playoff series as well. It is up on the channel. I posted it on Thursday. It did pretty well. 2 shots on goal are dump-ins. Yep. Yep. And I think the other 2 were breakaways. So I feel like they're playing a little bit better in this period, the Flyers, but shoot the damn puck. The Canes love to do that. They love to shoot from wherever. Am I doing a stream for the draft? Yes. Good to hear, GG. Mr. GG. Face off in the Carolina zone. One back then by Gostisbehere, who will dump it all the way back to center. Blake over then for Taylor Hall. Jackson Blake into the Philadelphia zone. Blake behind the net then for Carolina. Off the boards then Taylor Hall. Hall. Right circle up top then to Riley, who will dump it down low now. Noah Juleson on the right side then battling forward alongside Cates. Taylor Hall gets it back for Carolina. Cross-ice pass at the line. Hall brings it up top. Fires it on. That one goes into the glove of Dan Vladar. Good little redirection there. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. Flyers are outplayed tonight. They can do better. I think they're better than this, to be honest. They're definitely better than this. I think they're slowly getting better, but they need to shoot the damn puck. Face off one back by Philadelphia. Drysdale. Back down low then for Cam York, who will move it to center. Cleared back into the Carolina zone. Freddie Anderson dumps it off the boards. Now Hathaway down low in the corner. Couturier gets it back then for the Flyers. Played back up top then for York. York cross-ice pass. Broken up then at center. Drysdale will chip that puck out of play with 11:39 to go. Philly is watching. They can't skate with the Canes. Yeah, missing Owen Tippett is definitely a yeah. Brain fart. My bad. Thank you, Douglas. Puck is cleared back into the Philadelphia zone. 11.5 minutes to go in the second. Drysdale chipped off the boards then by Hathaway. Anderson out of his net to play that puck. He gets broken up there by Hathaway. Here's Miller to center. Carolina will dump it down low then into the Philadelphia zone. Robinson on the right side then Drysdale. Broken up then at the line. And offsides against the Canes. Penalty coming up against Philadelphia. Garnet Hathaway to the box. He does not like this call, but it doesn't matter whether or not he likes it. It's still a power play for Carolina. Carolina going to the power play for the second time tonight. The Canes power play wasn't the strongest in the series against Ottawa, but it wasn't horrible. 13% on the man advantage. We'll see how it does against Philadelphia. Or second attempt. Face-off is a tie-up then. One back by the Flyers. York will dump it all the way back down into the Carolina zone. They had no shots in their previous power play. It was ranked 4th in the NHL in the regular season. Ehlers for Svechnikov. Up top then for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. Down low now then for Svechnikov. On the right side, Ehlers. Ehlers missed game 4 of Sens and Canes back here tonight. Ghost Ehlers, shot on there, goes wide of Vladar, and he gets it with a glove. Oh, nice play there by Vladar. And he'll cover it up. Short-handed goal, we'll see. Face-off here in the Philadelphia zone, won by Carolina. Stankovven. Down low then for Miller. Broken up then by the Canes. Blake to Stahl. On the right side, Sanheim. Couturier. Cleared off the boards. Back down low then behind that and approaching the halfway mark of the game and the period. Flyers will dump this puck back into the Carolina zone. Here's Taylor Hall. Hall will give it back then for Stankovven. Through center now, Nikolai Ehlers. Right side. Ehlers up top then for Miller. Miller at the point. Back to Ehlers. A shot. Saved by Vladar. Clock's a little bit off. Face-off here now in the Philadelphia zone. Still a power play for Carolina. Stankovven to Miller. Down low now, Taylor Hall. Hall broken up top then. Flyers will take it back and clear it back into the Carolina zone. K'Andre Miller behind the Carolina net. Miller battling for now with Cates. Miller off the boards then for Stankovven. 4-on-3 here. Back over then for Jackson Blake. Up top then for Miller. Miller to Hall. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Ehlers to Miller. Right side Ehlers. Fires it. That one goes wide. Power play is over. Broken up then by the Flyers. Cates. He'll send a breakaway the other way. It's Hathaway out of the box. Comes in. He's poke checked away by Miller. What a play. Couturier shot. Denied there by Anderson. What a play by K'Andre Miller to break up the Hathaway 1-on-0. And that's why they acquired him in the offseason. Wow. Here's another breakaway. It's connecting with some room. Shoots it. And that one's blocked. Battling for it down low in the corner. Zegras getting it back down low. Canes will get it back. Chatfield to Slavin. Jacob Slavin will dump it down here into the Philadelphia end. Dvorak through center. Zegras on the right side, then back for Slavin. Dvorak battling for it alongside Chatfield. Trying to get that one free in the corner. Trevor Zegras then up top. At the point, Risto, a shot. That one goes wide. Here come the Hurricanes now through center. Taylor Hall will loop this puck around, battling for it in the corner. Then Sanheim cleared back down into the corner. Risto to Marnook, Konechny. Trying to dump it to center. On the right side, backhand on, saved by Vladar. He'll cover that one up. 8 minutes to go here in the second period of Game 1. Philadelphia adds on some shots. And Dan Vladar making some big saves. What a play by K'Andre Miller. Royals going to overtime again. Wow. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement as always. Brings more people into the wonderful commentary. We'll be live tomorrow for Game 7.
tech features like available Google built-in and the efficiency of Honda Hybrid. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Performance Brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into local Honda dealers today.
Was a fan of Gostisbehere when he played for the Flyers. Yeah, me too. I'll be honest. Like I'm a Flyers fan myself. For all the Canes fans and everybody else this year, I'm a Flyers fan myself. Lived in Philadelphia my whole life. Big Flyers fan. I've always had a lot of respect for Carolina. I just love the way they play. Love their team. They're a fun team to watch. I like a lot of the players on their roster. I have a lot of respect for Brind'Amour, Gostisbehere, Walker, the former Flyers there. I like Jackson Blake and Logan Stankovven. They're awesome too. And I said heading into this series, Carolina should easily take care of them. And so far, it's looked that way. Face off in the Philadelphia zone is a tie-up. It's won back by Carolina. Shot from Miller, deflects. Back down low to the corner. Here's Martone, breaking it away then through center for the Flyers. Martone will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Anderson battling forward down low in the corner. Konechny broken up in front. Forster a chance there. And a good save by Anderson. Here's Blake. Back over then for Slavin. Chatfield will carry this one down the right side. Jalen Chatfield battling forward here now in the corner. Taylor Hall on the right side trying to get this one free up top then for Jackson Blake. Here's Stankovven fighting forward now with Sanheim. About 7 minutes to go in the second. Blake fighting with Martone. Stankovven pass up top then for Blake. Be held to the outside. Pass in front. Broken up there. And blocked by Forster. Philadelphia will clear back to center. Martone. Backhand pass. Dumps it down low then into the Carolina zone. Here's Walker. Back over then for Slavin. Ahead then for Ehlers, who will backhand it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale. Cleared around the boards then back to center. Carolina gets it back in their own end. Miller to Stahl. Stahl will dump it down low. Here's Bump in the corner, battling forward alongside Stahl as well. It's a four-man battle for it down low. Cam York will bank it off the boards and all the way back into the Carolina zone. Walker fighting now in front. Here's Bump. Look, shoots it. That one's blocked. Some good blocks by Carolina in this period. Juleson cleared off the boards then. Michkov will backhand it out of play with 6:11 to go. And I'll say this, I try to do the commentaries without the bias. Obviously, when the Flyers score, I may be a little bit happier and show a little bit more energy, but I'll try. I like to try and show the same energy for both sides. I tried to do that in the Pittsburgh series the best I could. Shots 18-7, yeah. Brutally lopsided. Not surprised, though. Not surprised. Face-off coming up in the neutral zone. It's won back by the Hurricanes. Here's Gostisbehere. Behind the Carolina net, Shane Gostisbehere will dump this one off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone. Here's Walker battling for now with Juleson. Luke Glendening is there as well. Hathaway to Cates. He's cross-checked on the right side. Then Couturier will send it off the boards for Hathaway. Tripped on the ice there was Gostisbehere. No call. Ghost will get it back then for the Canes. He'll bank it off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone. York gets it back. He'll regroup the center. Couturier carries it into the zone. Coots looks, fires it. Saved by Anderson, who covers up the rebound as a sliding Luke Glendening comes into him. He's hit there by Gostisbehere, who looks frustrated. Well, it's more shots than the previous period for Philadelphia. Or actually, no, I think it's the same amount. No, it's the same amount. Much better period, though, from Philadelphia. I'll say that. Much better period. Solely off of the fact that they're not allowing goals so far. Freddie Anderson still staying sharp. 2-0 lead for the Canes. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We're 24 subs away from 6,500. I'm going to go use the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back, guys.
But Shopify made it easy to get this brand going. Now we can even take golf to a round that we've never seen before. We're Eastside Golf and we're powered by Shopify. Introducing Subway's new fresh value menu. 15 different protein pack choices, all for under $5. With new 6-inch deli face, $3.99. Protein pockets, $3.99. And a 6-inch sub of the day, $4.99. Always freshly made, always available every single day. There's something important I need to tell you. I should have said this a long time ago. Now that my card got, you're eligible to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union. Because I'm an Army veteran, our whole family can join and get great benefits, like exclusive savings and discounts. Exclusive savings and discounts!
Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. I use the bathroom really quick. He's gone. Let's bully CJ. I haven't seen him yet today. Yell if you want. It's your channel. It's called Passion. No, I like to try and stay leveled. And I think that's only fair, honestly. I mean, like, yeah, I'm going to be happy when the Flyers score, but... I do wish I was streaming that Game 6 between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. I think I would have lost my mind on the Cam York overtime goal. 5:28 to go here in the second period. Face-off coming up in the Carolina zone. It's Dvorak versus Jordan Staal. A lot of hockey still here to be played. See if Philadelphia can get a quick one here. Face-off is won back by the Flyers. Cam York battling for it on the right side, then with Staal. Chatfield fighting for it down low in the corner, then with Dvorak. Slavin steals it back then for the Canes. Through center with speed to Staal off the boards. Jordan Staal battling for it alongside Cam York. Staal over then for Ehlers. Backhand up top in front. Staal moves to center. Dekes in. Fires it. That one's blocked. Up top, Canes get it back. Miller for Staal. Down low in the corner then, Jordan Marnook. Back over then for Trevor Zegras. York will dump it off the boards and back into the Carolina zone. Slavin to center. Flyers will get it ahead then for Zegras, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Slavin battling for it alongside Martone. Here's Ehlers, who will carry it through center. Nikolai Ehlers into the zone, battling forward down low in the corner then with Aho. Forster on the right side, then back for Risto. Risto for Sanheim. Sanheim will dump it ahead to center now. Martone racing for it with speed. Porter Martone battling forward in the corner then with Carrier. Carrier on the right side, then ahead for Ehlers. Canes will bring it back now through center. Svechnikov will take it back and regroup. 4 minutes to go here in the second. Broken up there, the line by the Flyers, dumped into the zone by Forster. Battling forward alongside Walker. Grabbed back then by Miller, who will dump it down into the Philadelphia zone. Juleson down low now in the corner. Noah Juleson broken up the line. Jarvis comes in 2-on-1. Jarvis to Stankovven. He scores! Logan Stankovven, his second of the night and his sixth of the series. It's 3-0 Carolina. And that was off the pass from Seth Jarvis. That was all Jarvis forcing the turnover, creating the pass. And Carolina now leads by 3 here in the second. And that was a poor turnover there. Svechnikov with a secondary assist as well. And that is a bad place to turn that puck over, Philadelphia. Face-off won by Carolina. They will carry it back down into their own zone. Gostisbehere off the boards then to center. Blake for Stankovven. Stankovven fires it. Saved by Vladar. And he will cover up. Shots now 20-8. I made the Carolina logo a little bit too big. Hopefully that looks good. Made the Canes logo a little bit too big. Oh, did I say 6th of the series? No! I screwed up the call. No! Face off in the Philadelphia end. They will dump it back to center. Jankowski on the right side. Robinson will battle forward as well. Scramble forward here at center. Svechnikov. Back now on the right side. And a whistle blown down here for an offsides. Face off here in the Carolina zones. One back by Philadelphia. Drysdale will dump it down low into the Hurricane zone. Gostisbehere battling forward on the right side. Up top, Cam York. Down low in the corner then, Couturier. Pass in front to Hathaway, broken up. Garnet Hathaway battling forward in the corner. Couturier throws it up top then for Drysdale. Puck is cleared all the way back down into the Philadelphia zone. Vladar for York, battling forward alongside Robinson. Drysdale gets it back to center. Miller battling forward then with Ehlers. Grab back then by Philadelphia, who will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Walker will dump it down the other way. Dvorak for Risto. Off the boards then for Trevor Zegras. 2.5 minutes to go in the second period. Risto back over then for Sanheim. Sanheim will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Keandre Miller will dump it off the boards. Zegras now battling forward with Marnook. Here in the corner. Walker back for Zegras. Stahl battling forward then with Konechny. Konechny on the right side, backhands it down low then for Zegras. Miller will bank it off the boards up top then for Sanheim. Sanheim down low, Zegras, they're all alone, cannot get the puck on. Trevor Zegras back then for Sanheim, broken up then by the Canes. Sanheim takes it right back, Zegras. Down low then for Konechny, puck will slide behind the net then for Stankovven, who will clear it up top. Sanheim back to Dvorak. Christian Dvorak. Down low then for Konechny, pass in front, and a big save there by Anderson. The puck stays out, and it must have been loose down low in the corner because they were jabbing at that puck. But it stays out.
We're going to go back to the goal here. Watch Stankovven coming off the bench here. Aho changes. Stankovven trips, falls down. Oh, would you look at that? I'm now in the right place. I talked about the zone. That's it. He falls down, and it turns out to be perfect timing. Down at the other end of the night, at the other end of the ice, Freddie Anderson makes the stop. Oh, there it is. But nobody else can get to it. The puck is blown dead. It's all coming up roses for Stankovven right now.
Face off here in the Carolina zone as a tie up on the right side. Up top then, Drysdale will dump it down low behind the net. Anderson trying to clear that one off the boards to center. Svechnikov back over then for Jarvis, who will backhand it down low then for Svech. Svechnikov carries it around behind the net then for Drysdale. Svechnikov waits, cross ice pass then for Aho. Porter Martone will take it back then for Philadelphia. They'll get it back to center. Final minute of play here in this opening period. Chatfield off the boards then Slavin. Carolina brings it in down low across the pass. Jarvis a shot. That one goes wide there of Vladar. Martone battling forward on the right side with Svechnikov. Here's Forster now through center. Battling forward then with Jarvis. Whistle blown dead for an offsides. At 45 seconds down on the ground is Svechnikov. He is hurt and holding on to his leg. Hopefully he's okay.
John Walker having a little chat with Jamie Drysdale in front of me. I don't know if Drysdale was the player that was tied up with Svechnikov. It looks like he's okay.
Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are 24 subscribers away from 6,500. So I appreciate all you guys tuning into the channel here. It is greatly appreciated. Shots 20-9 in favor of Carolina. Yeah, penalty coming up here. All right, they're going to review this penalty here to see if it is a major. Two minutes for slashing on Tyson Forster. Carolina power play coming up with 45 seconds to go here in the hockey game. Yeah, on the Flyers. Power play coming up for Carolina. It'll be 2 minutes for a slash. It'll carry on into the third period if no goal is scored. Game is seemingly getting away from Philadelphia here if it hasn't already. Shots are 8-5 in this period. Face off in the Philadelphia end. Here's York. Battling forward down low in the corner then for Sanheim. Sanheim will take it through center then for Philadelphia. Travis Sanheim hit off there by Stahl. Jarvis gets it back for the Canes. Seth Jarvis will move this one through center. Cross ice pass then for Ehlers. Ehlers to Svechnikov. Shot on there, saved by Vladar. Aho. Up top for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. Down low. Jarvis' shot. Saved by Vladar. Svechnikov with time ticking down. Jarvis to Gostisbehere. Jarvis down low then for Svechnikov. Cleared all the way up top. Jarvis back up top. Then Gostisbehere. Time winds down. Shot on there is blocked. And that'll do it for period number 2. End of 2 periods. Only 1 goal in that period. And it is again from Carolina. It is Stankovven from Jarvis and Svechnikov. And it is a 3-0 lead for the Hurricanes here after 40 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the countdown till the 3rd. Gonna make a commentary clip on that Logan Stankovven goal. I think that's only fitting. Oh boy, Sixers beating the Celtics. Oh man. No problem, Todd. It was a better period by the Flyers, if you want to call it that, I guess. Not really. I think they could have did better. They needed to shoot the puck. They did a little bit of a better job in that period doing so, but 9 shots through 2 periods is not going to cut it. So I think this one's clearly done, clearly over. Carolina's going to win the game here, more likely than not. I don't see Philadelphia coming back. Best part about sports is you never know, but pretty confident in that.
Davies. Love this. How much is in that? That's a good size. I'm not a beer guy. Get your best people. Get us a beer skate by tomorrow. I'm a tequila guy. You got three bottles? Put tequila in there. That's a lot of tequila. Is the problem?
Corner, Noah Juleson broken up the line. Comes into 1-1. Jarvis to Stankovven. He scores! Logan Stankovven, his second of the night and his sixth of the series. It's 3-0 Carolina. Royals are still in overtime. Yeah, it doesn't look like there has been a goal yet. It's 0-0, which is interesting. Don't see the Flyers winning a game. You never know, but it does certainly look like that. I think Philadelphia is getting better as the game has gone along, as I've said a couple of times, but it's still, yeah, Carolina's still in control. Canes have not trailed at all in these playoffs, which is nuts. Every game is a mini reset, yep.
This right here, Domino's new slice sauce. It's the perfect pairing for your pizza. Whether you dip it, dunk it, or do that. Get new slice sauce for free when you order Parmesan stuffed crust or handmade pan pizzas from Domino's. Live Monday, it's an Idol star-studded spectacle. Idol Stankovven's light up the stage. Just beautiful. And the OG judges, Randy and Paula, make a triumphant return. Oh my gosh. Plus, a Dancing with the Stars crossover. Your finalists perform with dancing pros.
Jarvis to Stankovven. He scored! Logan Stankovven. And his
Disney Plus, next day on Hulu.
The Evergreen's family vacation started with Expedia. Bad news for you with peace and quiet. We booked a vacation home big enough for everyone.
sixth of the series.
Right? Nice job, Dad.
Slow down in the corner, Noah.
I'm America. I'm using my breasts. You've changed a lot over the years. From dating to breastfeeding and gravity. And another change. A long one. Breast cancer. As part of my treatment, my doctor and I chose to add Physicality, a pill that can help reduce my risk of breast cancer from coming back. Now I embrace change and focus on today.
All right. Got the Logan Stankovven clip to upload to the channel. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in here to the wonderful commentary. It is greatly appreciated. We will be live tomorrow. Where's my water? Did I run out of water already? I guess I did. We will be live tomorrow for Game 7 of Habs and Bolts, followed by Game 1 of Avalanche and Wild. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. Also stay tuned for our season preview of Golden Knights and Ducks. That is also coming up tomorrow on the channel as well. Still working on the schedule for this upcoming week. We will be live every single day, essentially. So, stay tuned for that.
Specifically is going to have to do this, definitely take away opportunities in the middle of the ice. And when there are lapses, you're going to need the defenseman to make individual plays. For him to come this distance, there aren't a lot of defensemen in the league that can close on a player like that. That's what makes Andre Miller special. That's why they went out and acquired him from the New York Rangers, is to bring in another guy.
All right, did that upload?
They need to be almost perfect to hang with Carolina, and they can't afford any turnovers. Noah Juleson leaving. Well, they're never going to be perfect. No team can play perfect, but they can do a better job. And part of this is just that they're just weren't quite mentally ready to play this game where they need to get their game in order to compete at this level there. And Carolina's riding the hot hand of Stankovven, but you know, the knock on Carolina over the last few years, they haven't been able to score. Well, now when they turn pucks over like this, they've got some guys that can score. Blake and Stankovven, Alexikov, then they got Ehlers and Hall scoring. So it's not like the Carolina Hurricanes aren't producing offense anymore. They get turnovers like that, they're going to convert, which they're going to make them very tough in the playoffs. Stankovven 6 goals now in 5 games. Everything you touch, you see in the net. You asked him that. He wouldn't give us a secret. I'm going to keep interviewing him until he does. We'll get to that.
All right. Celtics lost. Sixers won. There's no freaking way the Sixers won. Holy crap. The Sixers beat the Celtics. Wow. As a Philly fan, not necessarily a big Sixers fan, but wow. Any thoughts on Tortorella's time in Philly and or how Vegas can, their coach, they got torched right before the playoffs? I mean, it's worked. It's worked out for Tortorella and the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. He's come in there and has I don't know if it's the head coaching boost or he's coached them well, but they've been a better team since he's come there. So his time in Philadelphia, I always said he was the right coach at the wrong time. That was my opinion on him.
Felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness of limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
OMG, they must think we're so dumb that we'll just fly into that bug zapper and die. Lol. I'm done.
Embiid might be injured, not sure. Knicks fans are going crazy. Is that who they're playing now? Is the Sixers? Oh, good lord. Going from that to the Knicks? Wonderful. Looking forward to it. That's nuts. That's crazy, man. I never thought like they went up 3-1 and I'm like, oh, the series is over. But they won game 5 and I'm like, all right, maybe. They won game 6. I'm like, oh shit. And then I saw Tatum was out today and I'm like, wow. Like I am really surprised they came back. I will tell you I'm a Celtics fan in disbelief. Oh, yeah, definitely. The fact that the Sixers came back is a war crime. Embiid probably cooked, though. He got hit in the knee pretty bad twice. Ah, great. So he's probably out for the series. Awesome. I was going to say, are we really going back to...
Second intermission report is presented by Discovery. What number will come up? What team will have a chance? The first over overall selection in the NHL draft belongs to. Not all draft lotteries are created equally. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. This is a massive draft lottery, by the way. How's your bracket? Still waiting for an opponent for the Buffalo Sabres the second round. We'll find out tomorrow. Meanwhile, we heard earlier from Connor and Leon in Edmonton. There were similar thoughts in Boston with Boston.
Of course, it's disappointing. I'm turning 30 in a couple of weeks, so had one sniff at the cup so far, and it's get harder every single year. That's what I tell the young guys now that
Philly said we want Boston and took Boston at home. Yep. He's tough. He'll be back. All right. I keep getting distracted. I keep looking at the Sixers tweets. Keep getting distracted. So at least with the Flyers probably going to lose this game, there's at least some sort of bright spot here tonight for Philadelphia sports.
And you're great, and you're a superstar. It's hard, man. It's hard. You need the help with management too. You can do all the stuff that you can to prepare yourself, but you need the right team to win a Stanley Cup. That's like the hardest trophy to win, right, Matt? I thought they were beautiful, thoughtful, reflective comments, but also very sobering. And I'm just so grateful that the positions that I was in throughout my career to play with the players and the coaches and the managers. Yeah, you got to go around that to have those experiences and 6 cups. Nobody wins alone. Nobody wins 6 cups alone. Unbelievable how that turns real quick. All right, Philadelphia fans, something to cheer about.
Eastern Conference looking for round 1, 3 series going to 7. That's enough for round 1. Yeah. That's only the 14th time ever that a team has come back from down 3-1 in a series in the NBA. I feel like it happens a lot more in the NHL. But all right, third period coming up in 4 minutes, guys. Third period coming up in 4 minutes. So stick around. Shots 21-9. Everything seems to be accurate besides that. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom really quick, guys. I will be right back.
Bring us together. A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors with a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your
Architect left the plans in the back if you want to take a look.
She's so ready to take over for retirement and everything else you're looking to build. We'll get there. Your Fidelity advisor can help your legacy last for generations. Doors were meant to be open.
Cheerios.
Cheerios, made with tasty whole grain oats for a day full of good. Live Monday.
All right. I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Sports is unpredictable. Yep. You are correct on that. All right. All right, got about 2 minutes to go. Thank you all for tuning in. We are 20 subscribers away from 6,500. You guys have been very generous since the playoffs have started. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Again, we'll be live tomorrow for Game 7 between the Lightning and the Canadiens, as well as Game 1 between Colorado and Minnesota. Stay tuned for after the game here tonight for our recap of the game on a little short and our top performers as well.
Hey. Thanks. Oh, listen, son, now that you're getting older, certain things, you're eligible to be a member of the Federal Credit Union.
We're also 11 likes away from 100. So
All veterans and their
that's cool too.
Navy Federal Credit Union are members of the mission. It's a Stanley Cup playoffs.
Raps are on the same comeback on Sunday. That'll be interesting to see.
It's their shot at the cup.
Why is everyone so fired up?
It's the Stanley Cup playoffs. The most exciting playoffs out there. A 2-month roller coaster with 7 deaths.
All right, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Philadelphia Flyers. Second period recap, there was only 1 goal scored in that middle frame. It came from Logan Stankovven, who now has 2 here on the night. And it is a 3-0 lead for the Carolina Hurricanes. Taking a look at your stats through 40, shots are 21-9 in favor of Carolina. Faceoffs are 54% in favor of Philadelphia. Power plays, Philadelphia 0 for 3, Carolina 0 for 2. They get a minute 15 of power play time here in this one. Block shots are 10-7 in favor of the Flyers, and hits are 32-19 in favor of Philadelphia as well. Will there be a stream on all rounds? Yes. Are the Royals eliminated yet? Not yet. I could not make it to their Game 5 tonight. They're currently in overtime right now. Face-off coming up here now at center. Period number 3 is underway. Philadelphia will dump it down low into the Carolina zone. Getting it back then is Shane Gostisbehere. Ghost will move it through center here in the Carolina zone. Drops it back then for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers now moves it through center. Ehlers drops it back up top. Flyers take it back the other way. Here comes Couturier. Coots into center. Denied by Anderson, and he keeps it out. Coots in front, and that pass goes wide. At the point now, Yorker drive, and that was denied there by Anderson as well. Glendening battling forward down low in the corner then. Couturier off the pressure here early for Philadelphia. Gostisbehere on the right side, battling forward alongside Coots. Aho will get it back then for Carolina. The Canes will break it through center. Ehlers dumps it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Canes are still on the power play. Gostisbehere at the point. Fires it on. Saved by Vladar, who has not been the problem tonight, I would definitely say. Shots now 22-12. So Flyers get some more shots on goal there, but it's been pretty lopsided game here in favor of Carolina, as we expected. Face-off coming up again now in the Philadelphia zone. Little over 10 seconds to go on the Carolina power play. Walker forced to center. Breakaway the other way. It's Hathaway, shorthanded. Garnet Hathaway battling forward in the corner then with Miller. Cleared off the boards by Walker, who will throw it to center. Power play comes to a close for the Canes. Risto off the board. Sealer ahead then for Forster, who dumps it down low. Dvorak dumps it around behind the net then for Hathaway. On the right side, cleared back to center with speed. Taylor Hall. Hall into the zone. Looks. Up top now, Blake comes in. Broken up there by Dvorak. Shot on there is denied by Vladar. Porter Martone gets it back then for Philadelphia. He'll backhand it off the boards. Flyers will force it to center. Forster cross-ice pass then for Risto. Risto down low. Pass in front. Blocked by, I believe that was Miller. Carolina will take it back the other way. It's Blake ahead then for Carrier, who's offsides. Little under 2 minutes in. Shots 23-12.
played in Chicago, came here, and Rod Brindamore mentioned didn't really know what they were going to get from Taylor Hall. He got here.
Face-off coming up here now. It's going to be outside of the Philadelphia zone with 18:01 to go. Showing off Taylor Hall, 16th NHL season. Seems to have found a groove here in Carolina. Face-off coming up here now outside of the Hurricane zone. It'll be Bump versus Aho. Face-off won by Philadelphia. Barkey comes in with some room. We'll dump it down low behind the net then for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere battling for it then with Michkov. Cleared all the way back to center. And out of play. There we go. Thanks for streaming so much, Hockey Love. Listen to the commentary. Thank you, Charles, for the kind words. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, we're going to be live for basically all of the second round. Moving forward, looking forward to it. But I appreciate the compliment, whatever. Face-off in the Carolina zone is a tie-up. It's won back by the Hurricanes. Aho will dump it around up top then for Svechnikov, who will chip it back to center. Canes moving through center. It's broken up then by Philadelphia. Barkey will pick up the loose puck. Now Drysdale in the Flyers' end to center. It's a scramble forward at the line. Michkov trying to get that puck back down low then for Drysdale. Shots 22-12 in favor of Philadelphia. Drysdale off the boards then for Bump, and my commentary has started lagging. Oh, is this awesome? Isn't this just what I need? All right, apologies, guys. We're having a bit of technical difficulties here. Just give me a moment to fix this up super quickly. Go back out and go back in. All right. Konechny cleared all the way back to center. Getting it down low then. Travis Sanheim in the Philadelphia zone. Sanheim ahead then for Konechny. Konechny cross-ice pass. Konechny on the right side. Dumps it down low then. Dvorak battling forward alongside Chatfield. Slavin will steal it back then for Carolina. They will clear it back into the Philadelphia zone. Travis Sanheim off the boards then for Konechny. Konechny gives it back then for Ristolainen. Rasmus Ristolainen, cross-ice pass for Juleson. Forster into the Carolina zone. Cates back down low then for Walker. Off the boards then battling forward is Robinson. Martone. Right side then for Juleson, who dumps it down low. Getting it back then is Walker, who will dump it to center. Sealer battling forward around side. Robinson is an icing against the Canes. So faceoff will come down the other way. 15:59 to go. My thing's a little bit behind. Carolina taking care of Philadelphia pretty easily here. Shots 22-23. Face-off is a tie-up on the right side. Then Forster, a shot is gloved by Anderson. And now some more pushing and shoving here. Flyers getting a couple of opportunities. 4-1 in favor of the Flyers in this period. I'll take it. I will take it, honestly. Good period from Philadelphia so far. Face-off in the Flyers' end. One back by Philadelphia. York to Drysdale. Down low then Forster. Shot on broken up then by the Canes, who try and get it to center. It's a scramble forward here. Forster battling forward with Hall. We have a penalty coming up. Or offside. Sorry, there was a bunch of bodies scrambling. I thought there might be a penalty, but nope. Royals are still going. They lost, yet they won yesterday, so they actually stay alive. But I could not make the game today, so I decided, why not live stream? Still 0-0 in overtime. First overtime's almost over. It is all Hurricanes, yep. 15:40 to go in this third period. Face-off coming in the neutral zone. It's one back into the Philadelphia end. Juleson gets it back then for the Flyers. He'll clear it off the boards back into the Carolina zone. Icing at 15:30. Thank you all for tuning in. We are 17 subs away from our subscriber goal of 6,500. I greatly appreciate all of your guys' support here on the commentary streams this season and beyond. If they win tonight, could I do another game with them? No, they are on the road. They're down 3-0 in their series, or down 3-1 in their series. If they end up forcing a round 2, then yes, but I don't think so. Down low in the corner then with it is Carrier up top. Then Goss's bear shot on is blocked. Glendening battling forward with Robinson. Shot from Carrier. Goes wide. Couturier. Right side will backhand it to center. Hathaway intercepted then by Carolina back to Juleson. Juleson over then for Sealer. Down low now Juleson. Cross ice pass to Sealer as Philadelphia tries to move it through center. Michkov. Off the boards then for Barkey. Barkey takes it around Slavin. Denver Barkey will throw it up top. Then Sanheim a shot. That one goes wide. Down low now in the corner. Bump. Back to Michkov. Michkov down low for Bump. Stolen back then by Aho. Canes will dump it to center. Into the zone now with speed is Jarvis up top then for Slavin. Cleared back down into the corner then Sanheim fighting with Svechnikov. Svechnikov pass up top then broken up by Michkov. Cross ice pass. Kept in by the Canes. They'll dump it down low. Risto. In the Flyers end, trying to get that one free and backhanded to center. He will do so successfully. Icing at 14:03. Still 10 seconds behind. I don't know how I ended up being 10 seconds behind. Looks like Tonga needs the entire Rod Brindamore to suit up for the Flyers. Or entice Rod Brindamore to suit up for the Flyers. Yeah. Might be the only way they win. Face-off here won by Philadelphia. Sanheim will dump this one off the boards and try and get it to center. Bump for Michkov. Plays it ahead to center. Carolina steals it back. Blake. Back over then for Ehlers. Ehlers down low to Stahl. Stahl looks. Takes behind the net. Jordan Stahl below the line. Up top, then Hall. Shot on is blocked. Cleared back into the corner, then trying to get that one back. Is Stahl fighting with Risto. Martinook cross-ice pass. Zegras trying to get it back. It's broken up then by the Canes. Down low now behind the net, then Martinook. Trying to get that one free. Stahl's there battling forward as well. Zegras in the Flyers' end. Turnover to center. Thankfully, nobody was there. Here's Konechny. Back over then for Risto. Konechny. Through center. Dvorak dumps it down low then for Konechny. Walker. Battling forward in the corner. Right side Blake. Zegras. Battling forward down low in the corner. About 7 minutes gone here in the third period. Ehlers. Will carry it through center then for Carolina. Nikolai Ehlers shot on there goes wide of Vladar. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Carolina zone. Racing forward with speed is Forster. Battling forward alongside Goss's bear. Ghost will bank it off the boards. Canes will carry it now through center. Blake for Goss's bear off the boards then and offsides against Carolina. Shots 22-13. It's a 3-0 lead here for Carolina in this third period. This game is over, if we're being honest with ourselves. Penalty coming up here. It's going to be at least one. Taylor Hall went to the penalty box. He's upset on that call. We'll see if there's something else. And 2 roughing calls on Martone and Taylor Hall. And this will result in a 4-on-4, I would imagine. We will step aside. Thank you all for tuning in. Canes and Flyers, 3-0 Carolina. Game 2 of this series is on Monday at 7 o'clock We will be live for it on Monday. We'll also be live for Game 3 and Game 4. If it goes further than that, we'll be live for the other games as well. Essentially, with the way the second round is now placing itself, we're going to be live for basically the rest of the playoffs. Maybe we'll miss a handful of games here and there, but for the most part, I'm going to make sure I'm live for every game the rest of the playoffs, honestly.
It feels good to score some savings. It feels good to Geico. We're here for a convertible.
How about an SUV? Want to get out of here? Here's the Shiga.
What's your disowning thing?
Okay, let's move on.
Where there's trucks? We're right here.
Whatever it is. We're here for it.
You know, paying less for less ain't a good deal. It's just less, but when you pay less and you get more, that's a good deal. And that's Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk's always been the same price since they started, back in 2009. And they always offer free 5G codes to new
Oh, boy. 12 and a half minutes to go here in the third period. Thank you all for tuning in. We got up to over 100 likes. Thank you all so much for that. 4-on-4 coming up here in just a moment. Again, I encourage you guys to go check out our series preview of this playoff series. It did really well. Overall, it did pretty well. It has over 2,000 views. I greatly appreciate that, so be sure to check that out. It would mean a lot. I had a good time making it, so looking forward to seeing how this series plays out. Face off here outside of the Carolina zones, one back by the Flyers. York over then for Drysdale. Drysdale in the Philadelphia end will look for options. Drysdale down low in the Flyers end. Trying to look for options here as he looks for an open lane pass. Doesn't seem like he has many to any options here. Still tied up behind his own net. Drysdale. Cross ice pass then through center. Here's Barkey. One-on-one looks for options. Barkey down low. What a breakup there by Ehlers. Here come the Canes through center. Aho drops it back then for Gostisbehere. Carolina regroups in their own end. Gostisbehere in the Carolina zone, back down low then for Aho. Sebastian Aho will move this one ahead then through center. On the right side, Canes trying to break that one away. Sealer a shot. That one goes wide there of Anderson. Slavin battling for it alongside Barkey. Here come the Flyers into the zone. Risto looks, waits, fires it, and that one goes wide. Jarvis to center. Sanheim looks for options. Cross ice pass then for Zegras. 40 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Slavin for Jarvis. Here's Jackson Blake now in the Carolina zone. Miller will bank it back down low then for Blake. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. Canes lead 3-0. Ehlers backhanded off the boards, back down low into the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale intercepted then by the Canes. Blake carries it in, pass over, and not there in time is Svetch. On the right side, then turnover forced by Philadelphia off of a Canes trip. We are back to even strength. Drysdale into the zone, back to Zegras. Zegras loops it around. Up top, Trevor Zegras. Backhands it down low into the corner then. Stolen back by K-Andre Miller, who will dump it back into the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale for Konechny. Back over then for Martone. Back to Couturier. Couturier to Martone. A shot. That one is blocked. Canes will get it back then down low. Here's Jacob Slavin. Here now in his own end. Slavin off the boards then for Svechnikov. Andrei Svechnikov trying to move this one through center. Will backhand it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Noah Juleson battling for it alongside Stahl. Juleson trying to clear that one away. Down low in the corner then is Glendening trying to get it free. About a little less than 10 minutes to go. Slavin in the Philadelphia zone. We'll dump this one off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone. That'll be an icing against Carolina with 9:31 to go. Hopefully the Flyers can score a goal at least. Yep. Face-off coming up here now in the Carolina zones. One back by the Hurricanes. Chatfield will dump it off the boards and back into the Flyers' end. Sealer ahead then for Cates. Cates battling forward on the right side. Then Gosper shot by Risto goes wide. Up top then Sanheim. Down low now Porter Martone. Martone drops it back for Risto. Risto with 9 to go in front. And that one's blocked through all the traffic. Martone keeps it in. Backhand on, broken up by Svechnikov. He will dump it to center. Sanheim in the Philadelphia zone for Risto. Dvorak to center. Canes will take it back then and regroup. Stankovven fighting with Zegras. Robinson will dump it down low. Risto fighting on the right side then. Cleared back to center. Miller dumps it back into the Flyers' end. Shots are 22-13 in favor of the Canes. They've been like that for a while. Not a lot of shots here in this period. Here's Cam York. York dekes in, shoots it on. It's blocked through the traffic again. Stankovven will force it to center. Dvorak back in the Philadelphia zone. 8:15 to go in the third. Puck is broken up there down low. And a injured Jackson Blake on the ground. And some physicality is exchanged as a line brawl now ensues. We suck again. Let's go Sixers. Yeah, not a great game here for Philadelphia, that's for sure. And we got some physicality between these two sides. The Carolina's credit, they're doing a really good job at clogging up the front of the net. They're getting bodies there every single time. Every time the Flyers get the puck and they control it, it's either Carolina being really aggressive and just holding them to the outside, or when Philadelphia has that puck, they're really blocking and clogging up the house in front. Penalties coming up here after this altercation. We'll see what the call is. Oh, yeah, Zegras got into it there with Blake. Zegras gave him an initial cross-check. So, another 4-on-4 as Blake slash Zegras. Zegras retaliated. We'll see if there's any other penalties that come out of that. I think Taylor Hall's going to go 2, and probably Konechny, if I had to guess. We'll see what the penalties are after the referees sort this out. Zegras getting into it with Jackson Blake. Thank you all for tuning in. How we doing on this fine night? Got a good 170 people here in the commentary. They're still talking about it here. Referees still discussing these penalties. Probably take a couple more minutes. Interesting. Anybody got any good plans tomorrow? Anybody doing anything interesting tomorrow? I'm obviously streaming. I actually work before. I know, right? Employment. I'm actually working in my actual job before. I know that may surprise some people, but I actually do have a real job. Series need to pick it up. We'll go to commercial break. Zegras and Blake, probably Hall and Konechny going to the penalty box. we will see what the calls are. Cooking out, nice. Thanks for having my show. Hope my Wild will play you for the cup. We ain't making it to the cup. Flyers are not making it to the cup. Working all day, then watching hockey, nice. Yeah, we'll be commentating Avalanche and Wild tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. That should be a fun series to commentate. I am quite excited, if I do say so myself. All right, back here in Philadelphia, penalties have been announced. It looks like after all of that, I think we're going to get a power play for Philadelphia. After all the penalties that were assessed, it was Zegras and Blake, and then Taylor Hall got the extra. Going to be hard to overcome, definitely, but I think you guys can get it done. I actually picked you guys to win the series in 7. Taylor Hall with the additional penalties to a Philadelphia power play. Yeah, Jane, some exciting games tomorrow. Looking forward to them. Yeah, some misconducts being handed out here. So it looks like it's actually going to be 5-on-5. They didn't bother to put the Konechny penalty in here. We'll see what the call is. It says Carolina power play on my screen. I have no idea. It's hard in these situations where I can't really hear what's going on because I'm talking to you guys. Imagine being a Boston fan and having two teams losing their series within days of each other. Yep. All right, so it looks like a power play for I have no idea what's happening. They're still talking over the penalties. It says Carolina power play on my screen. It will be a Canes power play, so that's the verdict I'll take from this. After all of those penalties assessed, Canes will get the man advantage. It kind of makes sense, honestly. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone. They're still figuring stuff out here. Face-off coming up in the Philadelphia zone. I think we're actually ready to start playing here now. It will be a Carolina power play. Face-off is a tie-up and one back by the Flyers. Finally, we're back to playing. Cam York battling forward down low in the corner with Svechnikov. Stall on the right side. Here's Aho. Down low in the corner. Svechnikov to Aho. Down low, Svech to Aho. Up top then, Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. Cross-match Jarvis to Gostisbehere. Aho rebound is denied. Glendening back over then for Coots, who will force the play to center. Gostisbehere drops it back then for Nikolai Ehlers, who will regroup. Ehlers in the Carolina end. Ehlers will bank it off the boards then for Jarvis, who will carry it through center. Seth Jarvis to Svechnikov. Down low, Noah Cates. Right side, Svech. Up top, Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Svechnikov. Shot on there is blocked. Sanheim off the boards will convert it to center. Shane Gostisbehere here in the Carolina end. Chipped off the boards and back into the Philadelphia zone for a icing against the Canes, as they are on the power play here still. Referees are getting worse as they are in football. I'm not surprised. They've been calling a lot of the penalties on all the series. They've called a lot more than they have in the previous years. Face-off in the Carolina zone. It is Aho versus Couturier. Down low now, Shane Gostisbehere. Here in the Carolina zone. Gostisbehere will move this one through center. 40 seconds to go on the Carolina power play. Ehlers back to Aho. Sebastian Aho now on the right side up top then for Gostisbehere. Gostisbehere to Aho. Aho looking for options. Down low Svechnikov. Aho to Svech. Now Aho here on the right side up top then Gostisbehere. Carolina finally cycling it. Gostisbehere to Ehlers. Ehlers on the right side up top then for Gostisbehere. Back over to Nikolai Ehlers. Broken up by the Flyers of the line. Here they come the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Couturier into the zone. And he's offsides. Oh my God. And Gostisbehere getting into it there with Nick Seeler. I don't think those two play with each other. Hey, Eagle Deeds with the $2 donut or $2 dono. Thank you, Eagle Deeds. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. It means a lot, guys. Thank you. All your donations are greatly appreciated. Yeah, more penalties coming up. Misconducts for Seeler and Gostisbehere. They're just kicking guys out. Hey, Eagle D with another $2 dono. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Eagle D. Two $2 donos. I appreciate it, man. Face-off outside of the Carolina zone. Still 6:20 to go here in this one. Risto carries it into the zone. Broken up then by Carolina, who will force it to center. Here's Konechny into the zone. Shoots it. Saved by Anderson. He'll cover up as he comes out of the box. And now some more altercations here between the two sides as we expected. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to subscribe down below if you're new. We're 15 subs away from 6,500. All your support is greatly appreciated as always.
Anderson makes his 14th stop on. Yeah, that's it in terms of shots from the Flyers in this one against
14 shots for Philadelphia. Man. Face off in the Carolina zone. It's Jankowski versus Barkey. Off the draw, Flyers win it. Barkey, a shot is blocked and goes back up top to the corner. Stankovven gets it back for Carolina. He will play it ahead to center. Cross ice pass then for Slavin. Slavin will backhand it down low into the corner. York to Drysdale. Drysdale over then for Bump. Broken up then by Carolina. Stankovven a shot. And that one goes wide. Michkov battling for the Yankowski. Here come the Flyers through center. Bump will dump it down low. Bump battling for them with Stankovven. Chatfield fighting for it in the corner. Barkey takes a stick or something to the face. Hopefully he's okay. Here's Taylor Hall. Hall gains the line. Will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Where was I crying about the refs? And Vancouver's not even playing. Philadelphia will clear back to center. Robinson will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Dan Vladar will dump it around the boards. Flyers carry it now through center. Konechny ahead then for Dvorak. Martone into the zone. He's offsides. Good Lord. Just a really really sloppy game here. Just under 5 minutes to go here in this third period. Carolina leads 3-0 here in game one. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We are coming up on 4,000 views, so thank you. Oh, we actually did cross. We crossed over 4,000 views. Thank you all so much for that. It is greatly appreciated. Pretty good day here for the commentaries, if I do say so myself. Pretty good game one. We'll be live for game two on Monday. My bottom of my nose is super itchy. We're also 15 subs away from 6,500. I hope we can hit that tomorrow or tonight, maybe. You never know.
Only pay for what you need. The finer things at Domino's come in black and gold boxes, like their handmade pan pizza with melty cheese from edge to crispy edge. You know what else is fine? You can grab one with 2 toppings for $8.99 when you mix and match at Domino's.
This is from the woman over there.
I just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join? Earn 5% cash back in different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases when you add.
All right. Oh, directed in chat, not on me.
Carolina went with the experience of Freddie Anderson over the feel-good rookie story of Brandon Bussey in the first round. And Freddie Anderson delivered after the worst regular season of his career. It was solid start after solid start against the Senators, according to Rob Brindamore. When Anderson is healthy,
Face off outside of the Carolina zone. Yeah, Robert, they're still tied, bro. Here's Sanheim. Dumping it down low into the Carolina zone. It's blown dead at 4:48. Not sure why. Penalty coming up, I think, against Carolina is what they just said. So a Philadelphia power play. Or no, 4-on-4 followed by a Philadelphia power play, I believe. It is on Svechnikov for a cross check. I think Philadelphia is going to pull their goaltender here. Yeah, they are. Dan Vladar is going to the bench. Empty net here for Philadelphia. They're going to try and set up here on a 6-on-4. Face-off one by the Canes. Marnook will take it back and try and clear. Kept in by the Flyers. Martone shot on there is blocked. Banked off the boards and all the way back down the other way. It will not be blown dead for an icing due to the fact that it's a power play. Drysdale Back to Porter Martone. 6-on-4 for Philadelphia. Broken up by the Canes. Martone down low. Stolen back by Slavin, who will clear it all the way back down the other way. Shots 23-14. Been a very short and sweet period in terms of the shots. Drysdale for Barkey over to Martone, who will dump it down low. It goes into the glove of Anderson, and he will just cover it up with 4 minutes to go. Face-off coming up here now in the Carolina zone. Stahl versus Couturier. The face-off. Tied up and won back by the Flyers. Risto, cross-ice pass to Sanheim, who dumps it down low behind the net into the Couturier. Couturier off the boards for Michkov. Michkov to Risto. Risto down low to Coots. Couturier to Michkov. Matvei Michkov up top then. Point Risto shot is denied. Down low now, Sanheim. In the corner. Throws it back up top to Risto. Risto. Back to Michkov. Michkov. Waits. Top of the point then for the Philadelphia down low, Couturier. Couturier to Michkov. Michkov shoots it. That one goes wide. Here's Bump. Getting it back now for Philadelphia. Up top then Risto. Risto to Michkov. Risto up top. Down low then Sanheim. Sanheim cross-ice pass broken up there and out of play. I think it was deflected. Face-off coming up here in the Carolina zone. 22 seconds on the Flyers power play. We'll see what happens after that. Face-off one back then by Philadelphia. Drysdale shot on goes wide of Anderson. Konechny up top to Forster. Forster to Drysdale. Martone. Right side up top then Drysdale. Drysdale to Forster. Down low then Konechny in front. Barkey a shot saved by Anderson. Down low in the corner, Keandre Miller battling for it. Barkey's there as well. Power play comes to a close. Now it is 6-on-5. Forster. Down low for Konechny. Konechny up top then Barkey. Canes are doing a phenomenal job at forcing them to the outside. Here's Martone. Comes in. Down low in front. Poke checked away. Kept in though by Philadelphia still. Drysdale. Down low then for Cates. Noah Cates hit off the puck in the corner. Martone now fighting with Barkey. On the right side, Carolina trying to clear. Forster. Back down low then Martone. Martone to Konechny. In the corner now, Barkey to Cates. Shot on there, saved by Anderson. Konechny for Martone. Martone up top, then Slavin forced back to center. Here's Forster with less than 2 to go. Forster will dump it down low into the Carolina end. Svechnikov. Over then for Slavin, who will give it up then for Robertson, who fires it just wide of the empty net. Down low now, Konechny. Off the boards, broken up then at center. Cleared back into the Carolina zone. Anderson will play it ahead for Chatfield. I think they wanted him to go for the goalie goal. Chatfield for Robinson, who will fire it wide of the empty net. 1:30 to go in regulation. Rasmus Ristolainen brings it through center. Risto will dump it down low. It goes wide of Anderson. Down low pass in front. Broken up Risto. Fires it on. Sim Anderson rebounds there. They jab at that puck. Broken up pass in front is cleared away. Alex Bump. Down low now in the corner. Up top then for Risto. Risto to Sanheim a drive. And that one is blocked. Canes will flip the puck. And it will trickle just wide of the empty net. Sanheim recovered it. Here's Dvorak. Ahead then for Bump. Bump to Coots. Broken up at the line then. Bump in the final minute of play in the third period. Here's bump back to Drysdale. Canes fans are getting up on their feet. Drysdale for York, back over to Bump. Bump will gain the line, he'll dump it down low. Anderson behind his net, he'll look for options. Clears it off the board, trying to get it to center. I think they want him to go for the empty net. Big hit down low. Beachkoff looks, pass in front, and blocked by Konechny's skate. Oh my goodness. 20 seconds left. Flyers forced into their own zone. Drysdale gets it back behind the net. Drysdale for York. Cam York in the zone now. Time will wind down, and Carolina comes in and dominates Philadelphia. They will take home game 1 of this series by a final score of 3-0. The second shutout of the playoffs for Freddie Anderson. Philadelphia, only 19 shots in that period. Carolina only had 2 in that period. Wow. Final score, Carolina 3, Philadelphia 0. And yeah, this series, if it goes anything like game 1, this should end pretty quickly. Second shutout of the playoffs for Freddie Anderson and Carolina. We will see if that stays the same here. Moving into game 2 on Monday. All right. That'll do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. We will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for game 7 for Montreal, Tampa Bay, as well as Colorado versus Minnesota. Both those games coming tomorrow. First stream starts at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next stream.
Stanley Cup playoffs on ABC. Your local news is coming up after these messages over most of these stations. So long from Raleigh, North Carolina.
The Evergreen Summer Vacation.